Fish sticks are a beloved comfort snack, but overindulging can harm your health and the environment. Curious? Here's the real catch behind your crispy fried cravings and why moderation matters. For many busy people, frozen fish sticks offer a quick, convenient meal option. Some brands are ready in the microwave in minutes, while others require about 15 minutes in the oven. However, proper storage and handling are essential to keep them safe and tasty. Like all frozen foods, fish sticks can spoil if freezer conditions aren't ideal, and it's not always obvious when they've gone bad unless there's a strong, off-putting smell. Typically, fish sticks that are starting to spoil may look dull or grayish and feel slimy. Although they usually remain solidly frozen throughout their shelf life, thawing and refreezing, often caused by freezer malfunctions or power outages, can spoil them. Even a brief temperature rise can ruin their quality, leaving them unsafe to eat despite quickly refreezing afterward. Another common issue is freezer burn, which appears as ice crystals on the surface. While freezer-burned fish sticks aren't necessarily harmful, they often develop unpleasant flavors and textures. Given that fish sticks aren't the healthiest choice to begin with, it's wise to avoid eating them if their quality has deteriorated. Though these tips might seem obvious, they're important reminders to help you get the most from your frozen foods. For many, fish sticks with fries and tartar sauce are the ultimate comfort meal. But behind that crispy, golden indulgence lies a serious health risk. Regular consumption of fried foods like fish sticks has been linked to increased rates of heart disease. A 2011 study in circulation heart failure found that women who ate fried fish up to 3 times a week had nearly a 50% higher risk of heart failure. Similarly, research from Cambridge University in 2016 showed that those who ate fried fish at least twice weekly faced a 63% greater risk of heart attack or stroke. In short, that comforting crunch may come at a steep cardiovascular cost.
You hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
Fried fish sticks often contain trans fats, which are linked to weight gain and obesity, both of which raise heart attack risk. Some studies suggest trans fats may cause weight gain even without increasing your overall calorie intake, making them especially harmful. One major issue with many fish sticks is that it's often unclear whether the fish inside comes from open waters or farms. Some brands use labels to show if the fish is responsibly farmed or sustainably caught, but this system isn't universal or foolproof. For everyday shoppers, this uncertainty matters. Farmed fish frequently consume low-quality feed like soy and corn, and are often treated with antibiotics to prevent disease outbreaks. In the wild, sick fish are naturally weeded out by predators, reducing the spread of illness. However, fish farms lack this natural balance, making antibiotic use more common. So when craving fish sticks, it's smart to check packaging carefully. Choosing brands with transparent sourcing and sustainable practices helps avoid the downsides of farmed fish, benefiting your health and the environment. Roughly 70% of the world's wild fish stocks are currently overfished or exploited, pushing marine ecosystems toward collapse. To help ease this strain, aquaculture, fish farming, has emerged as a major supplier for the seafood industry, including producers of fish sticks. In theory, farming gives wild populations a chance to recover while still meeting growing demand. But in practice, especially in open ocean farms, the solution introduces serious environmental concerns. Ocean-based fish farms often crowd large numbers of fish into small spaces, creating a breeding ground for disease and parasites. These infections can spread rapidly through the farm stock and sometimes beyond it. Escaped farm fish, which occasionally make their way into the wild, can carry illnesses that threaten natural populations, much like an aquatic typhoid Mary. Additionally, the chemicals and antibiotics used to treat these fish don't always stay contained. They can leak into surrounding ocean water, drift to shorelines, or seep into farmland, raising serious concerns about pollution and long-term ecological damage. So while fish farming offers a temporary reprieve for wild fish, it's not a perfect fix. If you care about sustainability, it's worth paying attention to where your fish comes from. When it comes to fish sticks made from questionable farmed sources, consider releasing them back into the metaphorical sea. It's not just the calorie count in fish sticks that can lead to weight gain. Fried foods like these can also trigger chronic inflammation, which plays a major role in both gaining and holding on to excess weight. Inflammation interferes with metabolism, promotes insulin resistance, and even contributes to fat buildup in organs like the liver. Once these factors kick in, they create a stubborn cycle that makes shedding pounds much harder. One of the biggest drivers of inflammation? The typical Western diet, filled with fried, processed foods like chicken nuggets, French fries, and yes, fish sticks. These items often produce harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products during cooking. AGEs are strongly linked to inflammation in the body, and chronic inflammation has been tied to a wide range of serious illnesses, including heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and stroke, together responsible for nearly half of all global deaths. What makes inflammation especially dangerous is how quietly it creeps in. It can begin as something seemingly minor, like morning stiffness or mild fatigue, and gradually develop into more serious conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis or other autoimmune disorders. The good news? Diet plays a role in healing too. Swapping out fried foods for anti-inflammatory options like leafy greens, berries, beans, and fatty fish can help reduce inflammation over time and support a healthier, more balanced body. Your comfort food cravings might be strong, but your long-term health is stronger.
Cool beans.
Antibiotics aren't the only concern when it comes to farmed fish. In the wild, fish swim freely, forage naturally, and consume a varied, nutrient-rich diet. This active lifestyle and diverse food intake help them build up valuable omega-3 fatty acids, essential fats that support many human health functions. Farmed fish, by contrast, are often fed a processed, plant-based diet lacking those key nutrients. The result? Lower omega-3 levels in the fish and in your meal. Omega-3 fatty acids play a vital role in human health. They help regulate hormones involved in blood clotting and inflammation, support cardiovascular function, and may even reduce the risk of conditions like eczema and lupus. But if your fish sticks are made from poorly fed farmed fish, you might be missing out on these benefits. Unfortunately, you can't judge a fish stick's nutrition by appearance alone. To make smarter choices, look for trusted brands that disclose sourcing practices. Or better yet, opt for wild-caught fish and make your own, healthier, fresher, and more sustainable from start to finish. By 2025, the global antacid market is expected to approach $4 billion, growing steadily at around 4.5% per year. That's a lot of heartburn relief. And much of it stems from what people are eating. Unsurprisingly, greasy comfort foods like fish sticks are high on the list of common culprits behind digestive discomfort. Fried foods disrupt your gut's natural balance by reducing healthy bacteria that aid digestion. Fish sticks, in particular, are low in fiber, which forces your digestive system to work harder and longer. Fat molecules, being large and complex, take more time to break down, leading to that familiar, sluggish, bloated feeling after a heavy meal. Even worse, fatty fried foods like fish sticks may trick your brain into overeating. Despite staying in your stomach longer, they don't provide the same sense of fullness as fiber-rich, low-fat meals. So you end up eating more but feeling worse. In short, those crispy, golden sticks can leave you with more than just a full belly. They may be behind the gas, bloating, and late-night hunt for antacids. If digestive ease is your goal, consider lighter, baked alternatives and fiber-rich sides instead. According to a 2020 Love Fresh Berries survey, most people attempt 2 diets per year. That adds up. By the end of your life, you might cycle through as many as 126 different trendy eating plans in pursuit of better health.
I really want to lose 3 pounds.
Sticking to a diet can be tough, especially when comfort foods like fish sticks are calling. Packed with salt, fat, and sometimes hidden sugars, fish sticks can trigger cravings that derail even the best intentions. Often within just 6 days of starting a diet, calorically they're not light fare either. Some brands pack over 260 calories per serving, with minimal nutritional payoff. Compare that to a baked potato, which has around 100 calories and provides roughly 16% of your daily fiber needs. It's easy to see how even a few crispy bites can sideline an entire weight loss effort. Salt has played a role in food preservation and flavoring for thousands of years. Long before refrigeration, people relied on salt to cure meats and keep food from spoiling. Our bodies also need a small amount of sodium to support nerve function and muscle contractions. And of course, salt enhances flavor, making it a go-to seasoning in kitchens everywhere. But processed foods like fish sticks often go far beyond what's necessary. Many popular brands pack between 240 and 430 milligrams of sodium into a single serving. For context, the FDA considers anything with 140 milligrams or less per serving to be a low-sodium food. So fish sticks often contain 2 to 3 times that amount. Why does this matter? Excess sodium intake is strongly linked to high blood pressure, which can increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. In fact, populations that follow low-sodium diets tend to experience much lower rates of hypertension, especially as they age. If you're aiming to maintain healthy blood pressure, cutting back on salty processed foods like fish sticks is a smart step.
Well, if you don't know anything about sodium now, I don't know what else we can do for you.
Yeah.
Fish sticks may seem like a harmless comfort food, but their fat content tells a different story. A typical serving contains around 9 grams of fat, including about 2 grams of saturated fat, with more than half of the calories coming from fat overall. Health guidelines recommend limiting saturated fat to no more than 10% of your daily calories, based on a 2,000-calorie diet. While fish sticks may not be quite as fat-heavy as, say, a spoonful of straight butter, they're not far off in terms of their unhealthy fat profile. A study by the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that diets high in unhealthy fats, especially saturated and trans fats, can increase the risk of death by 8% for every 5% increase in calories from those fats. Even more concerning, trans fats are linked to higher rates of neurodegenerative and respiratory diseases. Not all fats are the enemy, though. Healthy fats, like those found in walnuts, flax seeds, and grilled or baked fish, can actually protect against disease. So the takeaway isn't to avoid fish altogether, but to think critically about how it's prepared. Enjoying fried fish sticks occasionally is fine, but making them a regular part of your diet might come with long-term health consequences.